What's going on, y'all? So this is part 3 of me looking for new monitors. So this video, we're going to go over some monitors and just give my initial impressions off of them. And I think I've narrowed it down to 3 monitors. We'll take a look at those as well. A lot of you have sent me recommendations. Really appreciate that because some of them were monitors that I've never heard of before. So I'm here on Sweetwater site just because they've got, of course, large selection here. So the first ones I want to look at are under Focal, the Focal Shape. And so Focal just announced some new alphas as well, but I'm not really paying attention to those. I'm just kind of telling myself I want something nicer. But what I want to specifically look at here is the Shape monitors, particularly these Shape Twins. So these, as far as the features on the back, I like those. We got a high pass filter, which I'll say that in the last video I said it has to have a high pass filter. I watched a video from Dynaudio and it stated that the way to set your sub is to set it 1.5 octaves up from where the speakers drop off at. And so if I do it that way, then I won't need a sub. I can just set it 1.5 octaves up from where the speakers stop it and on the low end. So the high pass filter isn't as important to me anymore. But these, I don't know, I don't really care for the look of them, and they feel tall. I would have to just really see them in person. So more I want to look at here is Atom. So Atom Audio, the ones I was looking at here are the A77XAs, and I pretty much like everything about these. So these are, some say that these are a 3-way, some say 2-way, some say 2.5. I'm leaning more towards 2.5 because, let me zoom in like that. If I'm not mistaken, the woofers on here, you've got the tweeter in the middle, and one handles the lows and one handles the mid and lows, which would make it 2.5. But my issue with this monitor is this came out 10 years ago, which I'm not saying that it can't be good because it's old. My thing with this is that because it's so old, I feel like Atom can update this any day, and if I buy these monitors and Atom updates them in the next month or even later this year, I'm going to be kind of pissed. So I'm kind of scratching these off mainly because of that. I will say, though, for them to still support this and still make this after 10 years is really incredible and really tell the quality of Atom Audio as well as these monitors, because not many products get a shelf life of 10 or more years. Let's hop over to the Frontier output. So I was really interested in these. What turned me off about these, though, is that I've only seen producers review these. I haven't seen any engineers review these, and I feel that producers hear differently than engineers. Looking at, I'm trying to find the photos on here. Okay, here we go. Looking at these on the back, though, very straightforward. Here we go. We just have, a volume knob and your XLR port. Got one for unbalanced, but that's it. So all of the EQ features and I've never had to EQ monitors before, so I really don't care about the EQ features on that. I am curious to know if this gain is stepped or detinted, but regardless, I don't know. I haven't heard any engineers really review these yet, which kind of makes me skeptical of them. Another one here, the Hedd Type 07 Mark 2s. So Front End Audio is sending me a pair of these that I'll be reviewing and checking out. These check off a lot of boxes for me. The innovation in these monitors is that you would think they'd have a picture of them sealed and ported, but the ports here, you can run these as sealed or ported, which essentially makes them two different monitors. They have plugs that you can set in here and then on the back switch it to sealed, and you have a sealed and you have ported. So two different type of style monitors here in one, which is really intriguing. I'm really curious to hear these and check these out and review these. So this is one of my top 3 choices right here, definitely. And back to Sweetwater, we're going to go to Dynaudio, and the LYD48 is another one that's made my top 3 here. So this is a 3-way monitor, and I've never used 3-way monitors before, so really curious to try these out. The bad news about these is that they are back ordered until May, or I'm hearing maybe end of April, which we're kind of coming close to the end of April now, so I'm thinking more so May. So won't be able to get my hands on these right away, but definitely want to hear these. And the innovation part really isn't there on these for me, but again, the fact that they're 3-way speakers and really crazy price point for 3-way speakers too. But you have a bass extension on here, which is going to change where the low end drops off at. And the sound balance on here is interesting because it's more of a tilt EQ style instead of just boosting the low or high end. And these are the white version too. They also come in black, and there's the black ones. I don't know. I didn't like these white ones at first, but kind of the more I looked at them, the more I feel like they're different and would stand out a little more because, I mean, everybody makes all black monitors. So didn't like them at first, but I'm kind of liking this white finish here. The last one that is in my top 3 is the Barefoot Footprint 02. Even worse, bad news on these. These are back ordered until June or July. I've already put a deposit down for them at Vintage King, so I'll be getting to check these out as well. These are 3-way speakers as well, which again is really intriguing to me. And these, so we got some more pictures here. So the woofers for the low end are on the sides here, like the focals. So I'm curious if 3-ways is really going to produce enough low end for me to where I would not need a sub. So it's going to be interesting to determine that. And see if they got a picture of. Oh, as far as the back of these, again, just straightforward. You've got your level control and your XLR port, and that's really it. Speaking of the back, we didn't see the back of the heads, but the heads have digital input on the back as well, which is really interesting for a monitor in that price range to have digital input. Let's see if they have a picture of, is this it? No. Okay, so this comes with a small controller called Meme, which they're calling Meme Technology. I'm not sure if they had a picture of it, but okay, Meme Technology. Let's see. Here we go. So this is basically a switch that connects to the monitors, and it changes from my understanding, the frequency response of them to emulate other monitors, which is pretty cool. That checks off innovation for me there. I haven't seen other monitors do that. And let's see. I know one is old school. That's supposed to be like the NS10, which I hate NS10s. There is, here we see, Cube, which is be like Auratone, Hi-Fi, and there's one more. Oh, Flat. Okay, so Flat, Hi-Fi, Cube, and Old School is the 4, like, kind of emulations that you can do with these monitors. So really excited to check these out as well. They look interesting. But those are the top three that I've narrowed it down to: the Hedd Type 07s, Dynaudio LYD48, and the Barefoot Footprint 2. As of right now, that's my three, and it's I got the Heads on the way. The Barefoot and Dynaudio is just a waiting game. So I guess maybe by this summer I'll be able to wrap this up and choose one. All right. Any questions, comments? Let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite you to check out my podcast, the Faders Up Podcast, where we discuss pro audio and beyond. We discuss everything from recording to gear to the music business. So if you're an audio engineer, songwriter, recording artist, music producer, this podcast is for you. We recently started season 2, and we're going to have a lot of listener questions on this season, as well as some really cool guests that's lined up and giveaways as well. So if you've already subscribed and followed the podcast, thank you. If you haven't, it's available on all platforms, and I encourage you to check it out. Also, rate it and review it and let us know what you think.